Okay, I think we are ready to begin. What's going on? It never stops. The broadcast, the transmission. All right. Udja Ubenefer, duo for sticking around for the technical difficulties. Welcome to today's presentation of Cosmic Adorations. Today's presentation of Cosmic Adorations is 2 in 1 because today is also a divine holy day according to the Sirius Kemetic sidereal calendar system from the Dogon in Mali, which is put out by the Earth Center. So today is divine holy day for, on my calendar it says IHR. So I'm going to be honest, I've never heard of IHR. I did not find any information on IHR. However, I did find information on IHY. So we're going to be doing our presentation for IHY today. And if I learn about IHR by next time, I will do that. But for today, we have IHR. Looks like there's a few comments here. You are gifted from the ancestors. I can feel it. Oh, Dua, I hold a higher frequency than I. Only visit this one. I am growing up into my soul. It is bliss. Well, welcome to your soul. Welcome to yourself. It is an awakening, like waking up from a deep sleep. Sometimes I feel like I've just been waking up after like several thousand years, even though I've been alive on the planet for 61 years. I feel like I've been asleep for 2,000, maybe 3,000 years. And that's only recently that I've had that feeling. So we're doing the Divine Holy Day. And then when you're following the Natarian calendar, which follows 7-day strengths, I don't say weeks, I say strengths. It's the observance of the Natarian observance of the Kemetic New Year, which coincides with Sirius rising. So on the 13th is when the celebrations for the New Year began. And then it goes from Ra, Asar, Haru, Rudundo. Today we're doing Set. And then tomorrow we have Aset, then Nebuchadnezzar, then Sopdet or Sirius rising. And then on the 20th is the beginning of the new year, 38,790. All right. So again, my name is Arit Tachia Ahmed here at the AstMaataJi Temple, Divine Light Healing and Sweet Sounds. These are pinhole glasses. They're not sunglasses. I use them for reading tiny letters, especially on the phone. And behind me is a wall hanging. Obviously, you can see it's not the wall because I don't have it aligned properly today. From the temple at Abydos. And when you first walk into the temple and look up, you'll see this panel. I like it because it has, looks like helicopter, submarine, spaceship, and somebody, I think somebody carved in their initials here. Yeah, so I just like having that as a backdrop. All right, so like I said, today we're going to be honoring Set, the cosmic force of egoism, and IHY, or IHY. I don't know how that's pronounced, really. And like I said, on the calendar, it has IHR. And I didn't find anything for IHR, but I found IHY. So that's what we're going to be covering today. So let's start with the altar ritual. Lighting of the candle symbolizes the Aku, the divine light within that is to be awakened. So that's the light within us. Oh. And the lighting of the incense represents the fragrance of the personality, which exudes with the divine odor as it rises up, attracts, and communes with the divine. I'm trying to get it going here. I like it blazing. There we go. There we go. There we go. It's a little better. And for the water offering, pour it silently and continuously, symbolizing the one-pointed flow of the mind towards the divine. And last but not least, I believe Set likes lettuce. I didn't have any lettuce, but I have some more of these microgreens. So, micro lettuce. And I have some perfectly temperature green tea. Thank you for the invitations to go live. These sessions are more like devotion. I keep saying I'm going to have a conversation session. But, I don't usually go live every day, so this has been interesting because I have to post the article with information and share it, and this is a challenge to go live every day. I see people that stay live for 6-7 hours. I don't know how they do that. Okay, so if you're just tuning in, welcome to today's presentation of Cosmic Adorations. We have 2 offerings going on today. One in honor of the Kemetic New Year, the Natarian observance of Sirius rising, the heliacal rising of Sirius. And today would be the birthday of Set. This is day number 4 in this observance. And on the second level, we have the Divine Holy Day, according to the Kemetic Sirius sidereal calendar from Dogon. Dogon Sirius was my first span. And so it's the deity that they have listed as IHR. If somebody in that group can correct me, I appreciate it. I did find information for IHY, so we're going to be doing IHY, the god IHY. So after we have our opening chants, we'll have a little bit of information on IHY. Oh, and we haven't talked about IHY yet, so I guess we better do that first. Yeah, do that first. Okay. So I did create a web page for that, and I'll add to it as time goes by. Oh, it's a lot kind of long. I better copy and paste. So it's at tachia.com. Tachia.com/ this title is very long. IHY, God of Sound and Lord of the Sistrum. Wow, how exciting was that? I had no idea that there was such a deity for sound and music and the sistrum. In fact, my music website, tachia.com, is Tachia, Sound and Music. So it's kind of exciting. But if you just type tachia.com and then IHY, I'm sure the page will come up. All right, so for those of you who are on YouTube right now, could you let me know? I guess since you're still there, it must not sound like a robot today. I'm going to share my screen and see if that is what causes it to go crazy. Because I don't really have, it doesn't sound crazy on my end. Whoa. Okay, yeah, that'll work. So yeah, like I said, I'm not really sure how it's pronounced. IHY, 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 IHY. Um, IHY, 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 IHY. Okay. Well, symbolized by a young child, a young naked child holding a sistrum, and the name means player of sistrum and musician. Okay. I also saw it spelled IHF. Okay. Lord of Vibrations, God. Oh, this is from. Oh, Lord of Vibrations, God of Music and Sound, player of the sistrum, the child of Heru and Heteru, often referred to as the calf, a reference referred to being the child of Heteru. IHY did not have a temple, however, he was worshipped at Dendera at his mother's temple. This is from, what website is this? UncoveringSound.com. Iconographically, IHY was usually represented as a naked child holding a sistrum in his right hand. The sistrum is a sacred rattle made of bronze or brass. IHY was primarily honored as the joyful embodiment of childhood. However, he was also invoked to symbolize other concepts like fertility and sensual pleasure. In the coffin text and the Book of the Dead, he takes on a funerary role, a position somewhat antithetic to his cheerful nature. There are several images of IHY depicted within the temple complex at Dendera. When he played his sistrum, he had the power to push away evil entities and shield human beings from negative energies. Egyptians considered him not only as the deity of the sistrum, but of the menat as well. What is a menat? The word menat refers to a category of rattles played by women during the rituals that took place in Egyptian temples. Let me just add here that what I learned is the menat is the feminine version of the phallus, and women present it to men when they're giving them enlightenment or healing energy. Let's see if I can find my right here. Let's see. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. All my stuff is packed up. I'm supposed to be moving by now. Oh. Here we go. I found it. Okay. Yeah, so it's a special necklace. As you can see, she's giving him wisdom and teachings and probably love. That's maybe not. Shaking the sistrum played a key role in the worship of Heru, IHY's mother. IHY, as the god of music, represented the playful side of childhood. And here's another source, worldhistoryedu.com. IHY's association with music. It was also not uncommon for musicians to carry the IHY amulets and IHY tattoos in an attempt to be more creative musically. This god embodied the satisfaction Natarians receive from playing the musical instrument sistrum. As a matter of fact, his name translates to sistrum player. Also, his name generally evokes a sense of ecstasy, jubilation, and enjoyment. Last one. At Heteru's temple in Dendera, Caesar Augustus built a mamisi, or birthing house. On the walls of the mamisi are scenes celebrating IHY's conception and birth. In the coffin text and the Book of the Dead, IHY was called the Lord of Bread and said to be in charge of beer. This has been interpreted to mean that IHY was connected to religious offering and ritual celebrations of Heteru. Okay. So in honor of this, I am only playing the system today. And my beautiful system was purchased in Abydos with Astar. And you can see it is made of bronze or brass or copper. I think it's copper, yeah. And it has the goddess Heteru there. And the handle. Make sure I'm not sounding like a robot. Okay, no comments. Okay. All right. So for this presentation of set and IHY, I'm only going to play the system. So now we're going to jump over to the page for set. And that is a page that was begun a few years ago when the song for set first came into being. It was and then that song was released last year with the album AstMaataJi. I haven't sang it since then, really. So here is the page for set. There's no images on there yet. And I have my notes and the lyrics, and then I added lyrics to another song for set. So it's kind of like the set page. So let's start with our opening chants. Again, do it for tuning in. For those of you on TikTok, it really does help if you tap the screen and share this with others so that they'll know something's going on at AstMaataJi Temple. And I assure you that in the very near future, I will have one of those live streams where people can come on and talk. I just haven't, I haven't made the time for it yet. I'm kind of nervous about it, actually. So okay, so we're going to start with Anpu. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Remove obstacles from our success in my church practice. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Lead souls through the narrow pathway to know the difference between real and unreal. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Measure between heaven and hell. Days like this night, golden as the day. Equally watchful by night is bright day. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. May Anpu make the die first, so that I may stand upon them. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. I washed myself in the waters, where Anpu washed himself, where he was the officer of them longer and bandit church. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. Oh, Anpu, open the ways. My lips are the lips of Anpu. 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 Do Hotep. Okay, well, since there's no images, I don't need to share this page. You can go to tajia.com/ like I said, I better just copy and paste. tajia.com/ song of set. No, yeah, song of set. Song of set dash 38787. Well, song dash of dash set dash 38787. And this year we are moving into 38790. Woohoo! And so the lyrics for that chant is taken from the prayer manual to Temple Temple of Aset, and the soon to be released AstMaataJi Temple devotional manual. Now we're going to move to the 4 great truths of AstMaataJi. I'll read the translation first. It's good to know what it means. However, when I sing it in the Metanetter, it activates something deep within. Great Awakenings, Sweet Pea, can you let me know how the audio is today? Sometimes it sounds like a robot. So if you could just, just thumbs up or yes or heart or something. Okay. Yeah, so the Metanetter activates something deep within, and I've been inspired to start writing out my prayers and intentions and the book of my life in the Metanetter, not just in English. That my prayers. Well, thank you, Candy's Joy. Yeah, it's only on YouTube that it sounds like a robot, and I don't know why. Thank you so much. So here's the translation. The nature of the Supreme Being is one and alone, and is never manifesting everywhere and in all goddesses. All-encompassing divinity, the all-inclusive, all-embracing spirit which pervades all and who is the ultimate essence of all. This first truth unifies all the expressions of Kemetic religion. Number 2. Lack of righteousness brings fetters to the personality, and these fetters lead to ignorance of the divine. Commentary. When a human being acts in ways that contradict the natural order of nature, which we see. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Sweet Pea. Which is going on right now. We have so many people, institutions, corporations, organizations that are acting in ways that are opposite to the natural order of nature, opposite of Ma'at. And that is why there's so many situations where negative qualities of the mind have developed within people's personality. And here it says that person's personality. And if you're following law, you'll know that a corporation is listed as a person. So this is explaining everything that's going on in the world today. On Ma'at, lack of righteousness, lack of Ma'at. Ma'at is balance, truth, order, harmony, justice, reciprocity, and righteousness. Okay, so these are the afflictions of Set. Fetters are afflictions of Set. Set is and that's our the topic for today. Set is the nature of egoism and selfishness. The afflictions of Set include anger, hatred, greed, lust, jealousy, envy, gluttony, dishonesty, hypocrisy, etc. So to be free from the fetters of Set, one must be free from the afflictions of Set. And, usually when they talk about fetters of Set, they're talking about ones dealing with what we think of when we think of egoism, egotistic. Egoism also refers to being shy and being silent and not standing up for yourself and not being able to speak up for yourself and being afraid and weak and, trauma, being a victim. Being a victim is a fetter of Set. And take it from me, I know about that one. So it takes a lot of spiritual strength and spiritual courage and spiritual valor, which we, tapped into yesterday when we're talking about Heru. Today we're dealing with Set. Number 3, this is my favorite one. Like, how do you get away from fetters of Set when there's bandages across your mouth? Because the mouth represents consciousness. How do you remove the bandages from your mouth? How do you remove these shackles from your mind and this heaviness of your heart and the pain and the womb from all the things that we've inherited from our grandmothers and great-grandmothers? Devotion to the divine leads to freedom from the fetters of Set. Commentary. To be liberated, not food, freedom to breathe. If you want to know more about that, check out the breath concert that I did back when COVID started. It was a powerful event. To be liberated, free, not food, freedom to breathe from the afflictions of Set, one must be devoted to the divine. Being devoted to the divine means living by Ma'at. Ma'at is a way of life that is purifying to the heart and beneficial for society as it promotes virtue and order. Living by Ma'at means practicing Shedi, the spiritual practices and disciplines. Uwashu means devotion, and the classic pose of adoring the divine is dua. It's called dua, standing or sitting with upraised hands facing outwards towards the image of the divinity. So when we greet each other, we say dua. We say Udja, or when we're saying farewell, we say Hotep, or thank you, dua. That's what we use that for. And number 4, the practice of the steady disciplines leads to knowing oneself as a divine. This is called being true of speech, Makadu, true of speech. We talked about that yesterday. Doing Shedi means to study profoundly, to penetrate the mystery, Shachaut, and discover the nature of the divine. So as you can see here, and even when I was studying other traditions, just studying, just picking up a book that's connected to the sacred teachings or the practice can raise your vibration. It can get you out of a very low state because knowledge is power, right? So just by studying, you can penetrate the mysteries and become closer to the divine. There have been several practices designed by the sages of ancient Kemet to facilitate the process of self-knowledge. These are the religious, spiritual, Shachaut traditions and the Simas Maitawi yogic disciplines related to them that augment the spiritual practices. All the traditions relate the teachings of the sages by means of myths related to particular gods or goddesses. It is understood that all of these Netzeru are related like brothers and sisters, having all emanated from the same source, the same supremely divine parent, who is neither male nor female, yet encompasses the totality of the Jua Hotep. All right, so now we're going to have the 4 great truths of Shachaun Heter. I usually play the drum, but today is the duel of offerings for Set and IHY, who is the player of system. So today all the offerings will be with the system. And I know it's pretty loud, so I'm sure the microphone is really picking it up. Another, I mentioned earlier that when IHY plays the system, it dispels negativity. And when you're studying the gods and goddesses, you have to realize that you are them. Like when we're talking about IHY, we're talking about me, we're talking about you, because they live within us, and we're raising the frequencies, we're invoking them, we're rising to them so that we can be like them. So when we create the system, we are dispelling negativity, toxicity, chaos, confusion, APEP. This is how you can dispel chaos with the system. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see this. In the handle, it has a feather of Ma'at. I've had this system for 3 years, and I never knew that. Actually, I got this system in 2018, and I didn't know that it had a feather. And I've learned that when it has Heter on both sides, it also represents Ma'atji, Aset, and Nebuhet. So here's the 4 great truths. I play this rhythm this is my rhythm. I don't know. On my odds, we down, you said, say, come in. Say what you say, not food, inside you said. Adisheni rekabe makeru. Monitor, you never jet and neteru. On my odds, we down, you said, say, come in. Say what you say, not food, inside you said. Adisheni rekabe makeru. Monitor, you never jet and neteru. On my odds, we tell you, say, come in. Say what you say, not fool inside you say. Any shady record in my carry. Father tell you, I will never share them, tell you. I'm the art, we stand say, come in. Say what you say, not fool inside you say. Any shady record in my carry. All right, do what that's do. Do what IHY, Hotep. You know, I do feel a certain way when I play this system. I cannot lie. And then I combined it with these, they call them finger symbols. But I play them, I don't know. I said I've copyrighted this technique. I don't know what it is. But you play the system and play the bell. And so the Kemetic name, the Nigerian word for sistrum is sesh. And then the word for scribe is sashesh. So there's got to be there's a connection there somewhere. And then, of course, the cosmic scribe is the goddess Sasheta. I don't know what the connection is yet, but when I do, you can be sure I will make a video about it. Okay, and then the last opening chant. So, oh my goodness, 31 minutes already. Ooh, that's one thing about the teachings. Well, and then of course I had technical difficulties at the beginning. I can get lost, and then like time just expands. All right, so this next one is Om Neverja Kepra Sar Om, and before studying the prayer of Haru, we have certain chants that we offer. And this is the one at AstMaataJi Temple that we offer before studying. Om Neverja Kepra Sar Om. 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 Yes, so Neverja is the all-encompassing divinity who came forth as Kepra, the creator of the gods and goddesses, the creator of all that we see in creation, and came forth in human form as a Sar, the universal soul. Om Neverja Kepra Sar Om. All right, now let's move into the music. So these are all songs that I have not really offered since they first came through me. So this is going to be more like improv. So let's start with the easy one. This one I wrote, came through a long time ago. And some of them aren't even released yet. Yeah. That's another story. I've had so many obstacles putting out this next album for Amun. I'm just floored, blown away. However, I'm still going to release this album. I guess the problem is I had a time set on it, and I'm not supposed to do that because there's no time in the higher dimension, which is where I'm coming from. I just come to the third dimension to work. I just come here to share music and sound, and then I go back. Yeah, okay. All right, so this one, I don't even have the year that I wrote this one. It's just called Duo Set. Duo Set, the most powerful of the Neteru. Duo Set. That's not the right rhythm. It's just always the same. Duo Set, the most powerful of the Neteru. Duo Set. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's not funny. I guess I'm just feeling childlike, playful, as I'm embodying IHY and laughing at sex. You know what? I think what this song needs, this is about being playful. I need a prop. Hold on. Yeah, that's what it is. I need a prop. So a few years ago, I had the great good fortune of being asked to, well, I chose to represent Set in the presentation of was it the Battle of Heroin Set? No. Couldn't have been the whole Asarian Resurrection. I don't know exactly what the theme of the play was, but I got to play Set. And so I made, everyone else had really elaborate costumes, but I made a hippo headdress. The Set is also represented as a hippo. Okay? Since I'm laughing, I don't know why. Okay. Duo Set, the most powerful of the Neteru. Duo Set, conquered the ego in a battle with Heru. Duo Set, this battle lives inside of me and you. Duo Set, in each moment we must choose. On my arms we tell you to take command. Say what you say, now who inside you say. Duo Set, protect the boulder bar against the path. Unconquered Set is the Neteru of egoism and selfishness. Defeated Set continues to work when the surfaces of rock. Conquered Set, with Set after him we can travel far. Instead of seeking to gain the throne of the star, by obstructing the path of the bar, along with his Confederate friends, and indulging in animal passion. Set, the most powerful of the Neteru. Set, Conquer the ego in the battle with Adu. Said this battle lives inside of me and you. Said in each moment we must do what's that, Hotep? Do what's that? Yes, so at AstMaataJi Temple, we tend to focus on Set at the helm of the boat. Because remember, yesterday we talked about the everyone has a boat for their spiritual journey through the ocean of consciousness and through creation, and that sometimes Heru gets distracted, or as us, the royal personality, gets distracted by emotions, feelings, situations, and that gives Set an opportunity to sneak in there and take control of the boat. And so we have to maintain control of our boat, control of our life. And Set is considered the most powerful of the Neteru. And Heteru also, she's considered the most powerful goddess of the Neteru. And Set is the most powerful god of the Neteru, because they both had issues with egoism, and they were able to defeat their own egoism, their own ego. I mean, Set is the cosmic force of egoism, and he was able to defeat his own ego. And Heteru was sent to Earth and took the form of Sekhmet to eliminate the unrighteous, and she liked her job so much that her egoism took over and she started eliminating everyone. And that's why they're considered the most powerful. Okay. These 3 songs, right? Okay. All right, so I hadn't planned on doing this one, but it does have a reference to Set. I've never played it with the sistrum. It's a song for well-being, and there's a few lines in it about Set. So I'm just gonna. I don't have the translation. Okay. What's that? Stepped on my phone. It's not weird. All right, let's get the translation. It's so much easier now that I'm getting some of this stuff organized. It's just great. All right. So this is Erdinet, Teachings of Sage AstMaataJi, presented by Seba Ma and highlighted by AstMaataJi. And you can find this version, this song, 2 versions, one with keyboard and reggae and one with the harp at tichia.bandcamp.com. I had Atanu, Erdinet Udja, grant me the strength, vitality, and health, well-being. And then there's a line, Ban Ban, all acts against Ma'at. Ban means acts against Ma'at. So Ban Ban, Ma'at means ban actions against Ma'at. Then this is why I decided to add it. Set's tempest, Karau Set. Set is like a storm, a fury of just like, ah. And then Shet says crocodile tears, when we're like crying because something didn't go our way. Those are crocodile tears, not the royal personality. That's Nisheni Mesh, crocodile agitation. Set is represented by the red hippo, crocodile, and then an entity that does not exist in nature. And then Dua Aset, the storm calmer, Dua Aset, the crocodile tamer. Aset is into divine intuition, and that is what actually, I can't really say. I think Set just realized he wasn't going to win, so he just gave in. Because he was trying really hard, but he just finally realized that Heru has too much going for him. Let's have to remember that. when I'm having karao set and set nishani mesh. Okay. I suppose this session is extra long because I covering 2 deities, so I'm going to stop looking at the clock here. Okay. Trying to remember how it plays, how it goes on the harp. Bind all acts against my eyes. Bind all acts against my eyes. Bind actions against my eyes. Bind actions against my eyes. That I will set in bed, that I will set in bed, such as crocodile tears, such as crocodile tears. Mishani mesh, Mishani mesh, Mishani mesh, Mishani mesh. Do what I said, the storm calmer. Look, I said, crocodile tamer. Do what I said, the storm calmer. Look, I said, crocodile tamer. This is a Hotep. Yeah, that was a little challenging singing that with the sister on, but it's fun. I'm having fun. While I'm defeating stress, spelling chaos and negativity and toxicity. From our minds, our hearts, our wounds, our mouth, and our organs. All right. Yeah. All right, so now we're coming to the songs that are really new to me. Let's see what happens. This one was released officially last summer, on this day, as a matter of fact, for the AstMaataJi album. Try and keep it simple. Slow. Unitarian tradition. No, that's not it. There we go. In Unitarian tradition, there is no devil. We have a different understanding of what is evil. Adversity arises from unrighteousness. Unrighteous actions come from sin. Egoism comes from identifying with body and mind as who one is, without deeper awareness of connection to all that is. When ego's controlled by higher nature, it fights forces of entropy. When beset with ignorance, it leads to degraded states of humanity. Fetters of the soul from attaining heaven. Set is the enemy of the aspirant until he's tamed, controlled, and sublimated at last. The mastered ego becomes the servant to the higher self and protects creation from the chaos of a past. My head who said, my head who said, my head who said, my head who said, I can do all, I can do all. I can do all. I can do all. Look out into. Look out into. San and Satesh Sayu. San and Satesh Sayu. Rocket to rocket to my head who said can you my head who said I can do all. Look out into sense attached Sayu rocket set to look out into look out into sentence attached Sayu sentence attached Sayu rocket set to rocket set to look out into sentence attached Sayu rocket set to do a set Hotep. And I forgot to read the translation for those terms at the end. Let's see. Where is that page? So I just see it. Oh, I guess I didn't print it out. Okay, let me see if I can find it quickly. Yeah, let me print it out. That's a beautiful song. I really like it. I love it. Yeah, Set gets a bad rap, you know. Okay, coming? Okay, let's see. Song for Set. Oh, no, that's song for Set. Okay. And you can find that song on your favorite music platform. And the lyrics are posted on Bandcamp, Tachia.com. Come on now. 2018 or 2019? Let's see it. How can I not see it? I just had it. Interesting. All right, let's just try Set. Otherwise, you just have to go to the webpage because I'm. Oh, that's right. There we go. So now we go. Okay. I think these some of those are just different names for Set. I just want to thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Sweet Pea. I am too. A lot of pressure builds up right before these live streams because I want everything to be perfect. Come on. It's taking a while. You know, I think I actually have it at the website. Duh. Okay. Yeah, I have it already there. It's going really slow right now. Okay. Yeah, I had it already there. Okay. So let's see. Okay, Smai Haru Set means the union of Haru and Set, which is Egyptian yoga. And you've probably seen the images of them, the tying a knot on the sema, the trachea. Higher and lower self, or royal personality and ego. An Kenu, An not stirring Set. I have not stimulated, agitated, whipped up, roused, or stirred up my ego such that it creates strife or turmoil in life. That's from the Ma'at, 42 Laws of Ma'at, number 29. Nuk Uwal Untu, Sen in Satesh Sayu. So Nuk Uwal Untu loaded that double upset, fetters upset, mouth, mind, repulsion, that's the actual translation. Here's his translation. Loaded with these powers, assist the worthy spiritual aspects to overcome that which binds the mouth, the consciousness, doubly the fetters upset. However, there is a fourth that repulses that blocking, that obstruction from the fetters upset. And then these are some terms from the Budge Dictionary, names upset. I don't think I used all of these in the song. So Satesh, Set. Yeah, those are the only ones that I used. But other words for Set, Om Sme, Slayer, and name of Set. Slayer is a name of Set. Now, who's the first person that comes to mind when you think of slaves? A queen beehive. Wow. So, That's a lot right there. Om Nesti Amsu, associates of Set. Satesh, Set. Kapu, the crocodile. Kapu is a title for Set, the enemy that lies in wait, a lurker. This does not mean that all crocodiles are titles of Set. This particular crocodile. Because Sebek carries the load of the soul and straight home. Om 10, hippopotamus, symbol for Set. So this is Om 10's hippopotamus, symbol of Set. Om Tutu, name of Set. Om Teba, form of Set. Fascinating. All right, so if you go to the webpage, tachia.com/song-of-set-3877, you'll find this information there. And to close out our session, our setession, I like that. Setession, set session. Wow. I can add it. I'm just going to write it down. Setession. That's what I'm going to call these set sessions from now on. I need a pen. Setession. I love it. I know. That's me, my IHY acting childlike. Not childish. Okay, this is a funny story. Was it the first time? Yeah, I've only been with them once. The time I went with Temple of Chachana Temple, I said to Kemet, after 2 weeks, you become friends with people. And so one of the attendees had her beautiful son. I called him Gab. I think his name is Gabriel. And so it was like our last day there. And, we had been playing this whole time, like hide and seek. And, we had some funny game we were doing with another mother that brought her son. So we were having fun. So the last day, we were in the dining area and we were running around the table playing tag. And so my mom says, remember, be childlike, not childish. Sorry. So next time I'll just say, uh-oh, I've got my system. I'm just playing. Okay, so next we have the last song, which came through when I was asked to write a song for a memorial. One of the temple members' relatives had passed away, and it's great. They have, they'll have an online memorial session for your beloved one, where they read, scriptures from the Purdah and Peru on their behalf. And I had the great honor and good fortune to be asked to write a song. And that's where the one, Om Nebuchadnezzar Kepler Saram came from. I believe it's chapter 9 of the Purdah and Peru, or verse 9. I honestly don't remember at this moment. But anyway, they asked me to write this song. And like the other ones, I have not offered it since then. So again, this is going to be like improv. Plus, I'm playing it on the system instead of the harp. So it'll be very interesting. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, you can find my name on Apple Music, Tachia Ahmed. Yep. Yes, you'll find it on Apple Music and Spotify. Thank you. Thank you so much. And on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, Google Play, Amazon, DistroKid, CD Baby. If you just search my name, Tachia Ahmed, it should come up. I don't know if my comedic run, Arit, will come up. I do tag it. Oh, look who's here. It's Morning Star, Harmony, Crystal, sister. Just in time for the last song. All right, so this presentation, for those of you just tuning in, of Cosmic Adorations, has had two deities, two different programs. The first one, we started with Divine Holy Day from the, I know that sounds crazy, from the Sirius, Dogon, Mali, Kemetic, sidereal calendar. from the Earth Center. Today is Divine Holy Day, so I come on here and make offerings for the deity for the Decan, for the 10-day strength. I don't say week, I say strength. And so that's going on. So this is the Divine Holy Day from the Decan Met IHY. And I couldn't find IHY, so I looked IHY, which is the god of music, sound, and the sistrum. So all the songs today were played on the sistrum. And then we're also honoring the Kemetarian observance of the heliacal rising of Sirius at the Kemetic New Year. And this is the calendar from last year. I stopped buying the calendars because I'm not going by the 7-day calendar anymore, but it does show you that the birthday of Ra always begins on the 13th of July. And 13, 14, 15, 16, or the 16, which is Set, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the 19th, we celebrate the rising of Sirius, the heliacal rising of Sirius, and on the 21st is the Kemetic New Year. And this will be the Kemetic New Year 38,790, not 2023, not 6,000, not even 12,000. Just the carbon dating of the pyramids of Giza and the Sphinx. There's some sources that say that the Kemetic culture is even hundreds of thousands of years old because they had knowledge of the precession of the equinox. And the way they could do that is if they had lived through the first, lived through it 260,000 years. And so we honor today IHY, and Set. And I have 2 web pages. If you just go to tachia.com and then search Set, you should come up with Song of Set, which is a webpage that has the lyrics and information on Set. If you go to tachia.com/IHY, well, that page title is very long, but that's the way that WordPress likes to do it. IHY, God of sound and the Lord of the sistrum. But if you just go to tachia.com and search IHY, it'll come up. Okay, so we're going to close out with this song because I have not sung this song in 4 years, maybe 3 years. So it's kind of like improv. I've been wanting to offer it for a while. So it's from the Pertimaru Pertimaru Part 1, Chapter 4. It says Ma'at. The question is posed, where do sin and negativity come from? And the first verse is, notes from Seba Ma's work. And then the second verse is like my own experience with sin and negativity. And like I said, this is more like improv. I have the lyrics here. I don't remember it. Here we go. And then I'm playing the sistrum instead of the harp or the drum. And I usually play the same rhythm. Let's see if there's any more comments on YouTube. All right. So it seems like the sound is still holding its own. So like I said, I'm going to start off with this rhythm. If I don't like it, I'm not, trying to get perfection here. This is the Goddess Next Door. And if I don't like the rhythm, I'm going to, like in reggae, go rewind. That's when you're touring with the band and they don't really know your music and the keyboard player starts off with the wrong keyboard line. Or the bass player is playing the wrong bass line. Rewind. So it's just me here, so I may have to rewind. Where do sin and negativity come from? Where does sin and negativity come from? Is it something we create? Is it the way that we vibrate? Is it the way that we relate? Is it the way we radiate? What determines the actions of a lifetime? What habits do we carry forth from past lifetimes? You are not a mortal being, you are an eternal soul. Traveling through lifetimes, wandering through physicality. Taking birth again and again, seeking happiness and peace through lifetimes. You must remember here and now that your present efforts can overcome any and all negative attitudes. When you apply yourself with earnestness and resolve to become fully established in virtue. You must decide to dedicate your life to facing all shades of vice and negativity within you. Never fall back onto the path of ignorance, which leads you to painful and sorrowful existence for you. Your search has led you through countless lifetimes. You've experienced adversity and prosperity, degrees of sinfulness and virtuosity. Negative thoughts from past lifetimes will lead you to more negativity in this lifetime. Where do sin and negativity come from? Where do sin and negativity come from? Is it something that we ate? Is it something we can eradicate? Is it something innate? Is it something we can transmutate? You've got spiritual amnesia, wandering through lifetimes, with cold soul wandering travelers, all seeking happiness and peace. You forgot you're eternal, now prisoner of society, where money rules the masses and the delusion of ignorance reigns supreme. The condition self-hatred leads to lifetimes of misery. In the true you there is no badness. In the deepest part of you there's only gladness. Your soul is pure and full of love, waiting to be discovered. But your ego is like a blanket of dust, keeping your light from shining through. You live with virtue. The dust of ignorance is removed from you. Then you can discover the treasure within your own heart. Like all other hearts is clamoring for freedom from ignorance and peace. This is where sin and negativity comes from. Where does sin and negativity come from? Where does sin and negativity come from? It comes from within you and me. It comes from where we used to be. It comes from within you and me. It comes from who we used to be. It comes from within you and me. It comes from where we used to be. It comes from within you and me. It comes from where we used to be. Do a Hotep. Do a set. Do it for this session. All right. Well, that's what I have for you today. I feel great. I feel amazing. And I don't have that app on this phone. There's this great app, you guys. Well, not guys, people. It's on one of the phones I'm using. I'm gonna see if I can download it really quickly so I can show you. I can even remember what it's called. Sky app. Sky Guides. I think it's only on that other phone. Yeah, it's on this phone. That's why it's not on here. Okay, well, I can't show it to you right now. However, at this moment, it's almost the new moon. It's a sliver of a moon. And the moon is in the sacred hoop, along with Mercury and the sun. So you can't really see it. And I suppose it's time for the sun to move into sidereal Cancer. I haven't done an astrology reading in a while. So depending on my energy, how I'm feeling later today or early in the rising, I will be back with the cosmic adorations for the moon being in sidereal Gemini, inside the sacred hoop, or I might wait until Good Rising TV when the sun moves. I'm not really sure, but I will be back. Tomorrow is the day of rest, so I'm not supposed to make offerings during the day on the day of rest. But I'm going to come on live before sunrise to make the offering for Aset for the day of the 17th. Took me a while to figure this out because last time it was the day of rest, but it was time for me to do the sacred adorations for the sacred hoop. And that day was not, it didn't work out. And so according to this calendar, we have 2 days of rest in the 10-day strength or Decan. So today was the divine holy day. Tomorrow's the day of rest. Now, one thing I learned from Master Nava is that they steal time from us every day and every year. Okay, so this is cosmic adoration, so I'm going to close it up with cosmic wisdom. So according to Master Nava, they steal time from us every year because there's 13 months, not 12. And we know that the moon has 13 moons, but they come up with this blue moon when there's 2 full moons in one of their months. And then they call it the dark moon when there's 2 new moons in one of their months. However, the lunar calendar has 13 months, and most indigenous calendars have 13 months. And the 13th month is only 7 days or 5 days. Like the Mayan calendar, which is an Olmec calendar, it's not a calendar, it's a count. I'm going to be talking more about that eventually. Then this, the Henry-Scopes calendar, the 13 months, the sidereal calendars have 13 months. And then the 13th month is a Ophiuchus, right? But Scorpio, which comes right before Ophiuchus, is only 7 days long. Then in this calendar, it has the 12 months, and the 13th month is the goddess Nut, right? Only 5 days, not 7. And then this calendar, the Natarian calendar, it says it has 12 months. However, if you're going to be real, it has 12 months, and then the 13th month is this 10-day. Is it 10 days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's only 8 days of the 8 days. So they still, like, there's a reggae song, and I wish I could find that guy's name, but he even says it in his song. We work 13 months but only get paid 12. And then Master Nava says they steal time from us every night because 12 o'clock midnight is supposed to be the middle of the night. However, even 1 minute after midnight is called the morning, a.m., right? And or 2 o'clock a.m. is 2 o'clock after midnight, 2 hours after midnight. But they call it morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I don't go by that time. Master Nava teaches us, and it's nature. The day begins at sunrise. Like until the day begins, it's till the day breaks. Like another great app I found, and I learned about this from someone who follows me here. She's my sister friend now, Sekhmet. She caught me when I was like at a very low point during this domestic violence situation. So this is a great website. It tells you the first light of each day. You have to pause and read, pause and look at it. And then the golden hour for the sunrise and sunset, because I like to watch the sky change colors. That's my favorite part, and I would miss it, you know. But now I know exactly when the best time is. The blue hour, and the blue hours are my favorite times. So I'm always time my day, so I'm doing something really special during that time. Whether I'm chanting Om Amarapatam for an hour or whatever. How do I get on the subject? Oh, so during the blue hour, which starts at 4:57, sunrise is at 6. Oh no, I'm going to start before the blue hour, so I can be done by 5:30. So my plan is to be done. I'm going to be done. I'm ended at the golden hour, so I'm probably going to start at like 3 a.m. with the presentation for Aset in the morning, and then it'll be available for the day of the observance. It's like these two calendars, like the double helix, or the way Sirius rises with the sun, or the two goddesses of the Caduceus. That's what I'm navigating here with these two calendars, with the sacred hoop and the Sirius calendar, solar and Sirius calendars. That's what I'm following. Okay, so that was a good ending. And I have not figured out when the next Good Rising TV is or any of that stuff. The next Hotep wellness discussion is I'll remind you of what I've been doing with the cosmic adorations. I have the cosmic adorations to the netters when they travel through the sacred hoop, which is Gemini, Sirius, the Great Dog, and Orion Asar. And then when you're looking out toward the sacred hoop, which I learned about from the Lakota, you're looking out away from the Milky Way galaxy. And then we have Imhotep transits when the planets or the sun and moon are in Ophiuchus. We get on and we have a conversation about different topics and wellness. And then here we have the Earth, and this is when we observe spiral dance, medicine wheel, Mercury retrograde, eclipses, things like that. That's the new system over here, which has made life so much easier. And then the next Imhotep transit is July 28th, when the moon is in Ophiuchus. And the moon is in the sacred hoop, so I should be going live. Like, I'll probably combine it tomorrow with a set like I did last time, like I did today. I combined the two. Yes, I'm gonna do. Okay, because the moon will be rising. Okay, perfect. All right. So thank you for being here, staying till the end, for your support and your love and the hearts and the likes. The replay will be available on YouTube on my AstMaataJi station. You'll be able to find it at the set page and the IHY page at tachia.com. You can also find it at Tachia Ahmet Instagram platform. I'll see you tomorrow at around 3 a.m. Central Time. I don't expect many of you to join live, although that's usually when most people join. It's like 3 a.m. So anyway, okay. Do a Hotep from AstMaataJi Temple, Divine Light Healing, and Sweet Sounds. Thank you for tuning in, Hotep. Thank you, Sweet Pea. Thank you so much.